Alongside my colleague Frank Novelo for EA Sports, and we will be calling all the action for today's event.
Rich, I'm armed and ready. Are you?
I am. Battle gear on. Let's get it going. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much. Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
It's no snack, though. Great sense of speed in that. We know you can make those, but that one right in the middle.
So a tester from 4 feet. Drops it, and he's at even par. Now to the second hole, and Frank, I'd be happy to see something with just the normal amount of obstacles, say, or a bunker, maybe a pond. Those would be rather benign compared to what we're seeing right here on this second hole.
Yeah, that's no love shack. That's a guard shack there on the right of the green, just past that bridge. So this green well protected on that right side. Of course, water adorns this island green, and tons of local fauna around the green. This is one green you do not want to miss.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And so just getting started, even par so far. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good score going, now at 2 under par.
Well, Rich, we've got the drone. It's headed back. Told us it's 216 yards to the middle of the green. If we can just aim a little right of the gun turret on the destroyer, that should be a good line.
Well, this is the definition of a blind tee shot right here. But you need all of the modern equipment, the modern telecommunications, just to try to get you zeroed in on where you're supposed to go.
Well, maybe you can capture the flag here, though, with a birdie.
Every once in a while, you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evident.
Look out, that ball's OB, and that'll be a one-shot penalty. So playing the third shot right now after having gone OB. Well, that is unfortunate, Frank. This could be a disaster if he's not able to get this out. Getting some sand in the shoes now. And he's made the green. He'll need to be strong with this. Just 5 feet left. That takes him to 1 under on the day. Now the putt from Patrick Rogers. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. I mean, think about what you're saying here. I've called golf with you for a long time, Frank, and at bunkers and water hazards. You're talking about solar panels and guard towers. This is unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm starting to go crazy calling this game, Rich. Might have to go into solitary if this keeps up.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. So the shot has landed, I'm not sure if it's on the mulch or in the mulch. Either way, it's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of a shot you left.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And he makes it for par. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. That's 1 under on the day.
Now, blind tee shot. Got to go over those 2 rocks in front of you. Just keep it right of those palms in the distance. Yeah, it was a little over-ambitious.
That's one of the more depressing sights in golf. You've hit a good one, and then it just sucks back too much spin off the green. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Shouldn't be a problem here. Steady, solid, and at 1 under par right now. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Up to the 6th tee, Frank, and we're back against that destroyer. You need to take it over that small island.
Yeah, this is a little village, too. And remember the double greens at St. Andrews? Well, this is a split double green. It's shared in amongst the village. The green on the right, very, very small. So this a very lengthy par 3. It's going to be a case of really ready aim driver for some.
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. And he's made it onto the green now. And getting ready for the putt. Just a shade over par, +1. Did the job right there. Now on to the 7th, and Frank, you don't want to get stuck down in those trenches or down on the beach to the left.
Yeah, this hole not overly long, but yeah, there's a lot going on, and really sand traps, even perhaps a minefield. You'd rather, if you're going to miss, be in the former. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Miss-hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Headed to the right, just a tad. Safely aboard, about 25 feet from the hole. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good stroke right there. That's a par and stays at 1 under. Clean this up with a tap. That is a solid par putt. Now to the 8th hole, Frank, you really just need to follow the trail down to the green here at Paracel Storm.
Barrett's probably the biggest problem in front of you. They're just short and left of this par 3 green. For the very observant, though, they'll notice a little one-on-one, perhaps a little basketball court just along the left side.
A little three-point shooting contest, you and I later on.
This is a par 3.
Still some work to do here at the par 3, Frank.
Yeah, you'd think there with the size of that green, this green would be an easy one to hit, but that's irrelevant now. Let's see if he can get it up and down.
Frank, so many different lies in golf. This is one you don't see too much. The golf ball is on the mulch.
Yeah, and it never really sits up, so this is one of those ones you've got to be much more conservative than you'd like to be. Play for the fat of the green. Well, it's a big green. Just managed to get it smack bang in the middle of it.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. One over for the day. He's made it. Frank finishing up now the front side in what so far has been a pretty heroic mission.
There is a green down this end there, but you miss it on the right. There's the trenches, and of course, even further right is that seawall that provides a fortress for the beach on that right side. But the green, fortunately, inland and away from the trouble.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Well, you don't want to compound the error. Out of bounds, and now back on the tee with a provisional. This one has to be in play. Third shot now after having gone OB. That will be a great look at birdie. Patrick Rogers' putt for birdie. Ooh, so close. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Just a little tap in here. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Start of the back nine mission. Rich Lerner for EA Sports with my partner Frank Nobilo. Frank, tell us a little bit about the 10th. So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. See if he can redeem himself.
This is about 125 yards. That might be a fat 8-iron for me. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good effort, just didn't drop. Just a couple of feet. Drops it, and he's at even par. Well done. The 11th hole here at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea. What a day it's been playing through these wrecked battleships with all of the obstacles out there. You see the windmills, and now just a short shot, Frank. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
I mean, really, on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Still playing even for the day after the par. He has this for par. Drops for a par. Frank, the 12th hole here at Paracel Storm, 241 yards, island green. I can't think of a harder par 3 in the world.
This hole, you really have to be wary on the direction of the wind because if it's coming off the island, then it's going to blow it towards the water. It's going to make this tee shot
in the water. Too bad. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. Well, you can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
He'll need to be strong with this. And he's made it onto the green now. Settles in over the putt. That's the idea. Just knock it in. So, 2 over par for the round. Here we are now at the 13th, and Frank, this is a stout-looking hole.
Rich, it certainly is. No time to be superstitious on number 13. The trenches, they protect the back and the right of this green. Anything left of that, time to call in the Navy.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. In the thick stuff.
Thick? It's brutal out there.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Extra stroke at it after going into the water. So hit the previous shot in the water, took a drop. This now the third shot. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Sitting right now at 2 over par for the round. So that's a drop shot. Frank, this looks like a green where if things didn't go well, you might find yourself just walking around in a bit of a haze, maybe talking to an old volleyball that washed ashore.
It's almost like a booby trap, Rich. It looks way too easy after some of the other holes we've seen. I've got this sort of sneaking suspicion there's something out there. It just looks like a green, just perched up there with very little trouble around. That's got me thinking there might just be something out there.
Midway through this back nine, could use this birdie here at the 14th.
It's that sneaky distance.
Oh, he looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right in the heart. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Did the job right there. Now to the 15th, and Frank, where exactly is the green here?
Well, I think you need the Jungle Book to try and decipher this one. A little short par 3 up and over there. There is a green in amongst that jungle, and even the green has its own little mini jungle in it.
This is one of my favorite holes on this golf course. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. Oh, that's off the beaten track. That's got 5 minutes to find it.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. How does that stay out?
I have no earthly idea. Let's crawl that. Hole's round. Ball's meant to go in.
So a tester from 4 feet. So with that, 1 over par. So just a formality here. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 15th hole has really shaken his confidence. And just take a look out at the battleships burning, those solar panels, the bridges, the barracks. You know you're not at your dad's country club anymore.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Shouldn't be a problem here. So with a make, moves to even par. Now to the 17th hole, and as we come to the end of this round, you salute the players because they're out there carrying not only their golf clubs, but the med kits and the meal packs, because this is no ordinary golf course. You have to be on alert, high guard all the time.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So off the tee here at the par 3, not his best stuff, but still a chance to make the 3.
Yeah, that was a poor miss off the tee. See if he can redeem himself.
Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side.
He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try.
Needs a pair of binoculars to see the hole. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Still even par for the day.
Locked in on the read and the speed.
A good effort and a good par putt. Frank, the job is almost complete here at the 18th hole, and a good job at that, as we have seen some spectacular golf here at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea.
Just one more battle ahead. The difficult 18th. Should they succeed, then I think they're worthy of a salute.
Excellent shot to within 10 feet. 120 yards. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Three over for the day.
Frank, what a day of golf we saw out there today. The kind of fierce, driven, intense performance that any of the great generals would have been proud of.
Well, Paracel Storm, Rich, has provided a very tough defence today. But in pursuit of victory, these players have stormed the greens and they've come out on top.
Objective achieved. Mission accomplished. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner signing off after a successful tour of duty at Paracel Storm in the South China Sea.
Coverage coming your way is presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Welcome to TPC Sawgrass, known for one of the most terrifying holes in all of golf, the 17th Island Green. This is Rich Lerner alongside my colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And we'll be calling all the action for today's event. Frank, you're no stranger to this layout, and you can get huge swings late in the championship. 16's the reachable par 5. We know it can happen at 17. And 18 with water all along the left, that's just one of the most daunting tee shots in the game.
You've got three of the biggest shots that you really have to sort of muscle up to. You're right, 16's reachable, therefore an eagle is a possibility. But also we've seen 6s and 7s. 17, we've seen 2s, 4s, 5s, 6s, 7s, you name it. You keep hitting. Just ask Sean O'Hare a few years ago when he had a chance to win the championship. And of course 18, one of the most uncomfortable tee shots because you've got to hit it in the neck of that fairway.
Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. This is a good-looking shot. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Settles in over the putt. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause. Oh, good start.
How about this second, a par 5?
Well, if you're brave, you try and flash it down that tree line down the left, but there's a couple of limbs that poke out. Every now and again, they catch an errant tee shot.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. That one is just a little offline, and that will not end up in the fairway. And setting up here in the rough. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. And this one starting down the right does not look like it's going to draw back towards the flag.
But it will catch the green. That one was running so hot. Poulter now, third shot. Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, well, hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Just a tap in to finish the hole.
And takes care of business there.
Solid strike.
So we started with a par 4, then a par 5, and now the 177-yard par 3 third hole. Plenty of hazards here, Frank.
You really break this green up into 3 portions. Front left, front right, and that back, just on top of the ridge.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
How did that stay out, Frank?
Did everything but go in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Tough game, Frank. You can hit 300-yard drives and miss 3-foot putts.
Yeah, there's the ecstasy, and that's the agony.
This putt for par. Frank, how important is positioning off the tee here?
Well, we saw a positional tee shot at 1 and 2. This is another one here at 4.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is. Just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now after the last one found the deep blue.
Well, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that got punished for.
Wouldn't say he's ecstatic, but not unhappy either.
24 feet. There'll be a lot of players much further away than that on this hole.
And getting ready for the putt. Good stroke. Just came up empty.
Man. Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Frank, amazing how this hole has gotten away.
Yeah, he's not Robinson Crusoe. Happened to everybody that's played this game.
So they'll tap in. And he makes it for a bogey here. Well done. Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple two-shotter.
Excellent looking shot here. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. He'll need to be strong with this. Good looking shot right here. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Frank, as players get set for the second shot here at the fifth, what are they thinking?
You have to be precise with the second shot. You miss it long and left. Very, very difficult chip there. And of course, short and right. And amongst those moguls in the bunker, it's tough to get it up and down.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Could it be? This one has a chance, and he has it. Beautiful putt. These putts keep the round together.
Well, that was a tricky one, but it's in.
Frank, what are the players facing here at the sixth, 393-yard par 4?
Ideally, you just want to hit that ball about 250 yards. It's going to leave you a shot of sort of 140 yards in. Then the green looks quite big because you're far enough back that those palm trees don't become a problem.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, now the second shot here at hole number 6.
Yeah, not overly long, but be very aware of these palm trees that are short. Many a shot's caught those trees coming into this green.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, approach shot here at 6. Good chance to make birdie?
There is. You can almost cut this green into thirds. There's that front third, the left third, and of course the back third.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking he might get it close. And just a great shot.
Eyeing this putt for a birdie. Beautifully done. Nice birdie.
Seventh hole here at TPC Sawgrass generally plays into the wind, one of the stadium course's most difficult greens to hit, Frank.
It's a really weird tee shot here. You have those three little pot bunkers down the right, and then that bunker that meanders once again all the way down the left side. The bunker that's just slightly right of the canal. Very awkward angle off the tee.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering
it looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. All right, Frank, second shot.
Yeah, it looks like a good lie. Just take maybe half a club more than the distance allows. Still got to check the wind. Don't have to fly the ball all the way to the flag from here.
Pretty good strike right there, Frank, but he's leaning as if it's headed just a tad to the right.
Not all bad.
Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Now the approach to the seventh. Frank, what do you need to be mindful of here?
It's rather narrow in the front of the screen, and then there's some mounds both right and left. Be very aware of those mounds. They can actually help you out.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
You come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. This will be a 14-foot putt here. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
And now he has this for the birdie. Makes the putt for a birdie. Frank, what do you make of the final hole here on the front side, the 583-yard par 5 ninth?
Just depends on how much you want to risk here. If you hit a good drive down the right side, it's certainly gettable for 2, but you can make an absolute mess here at 9.
They'll be happy with that in the fairway. Now a good chance to attack this hole.
Second shot. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. Good lie in the fairway, and a good chance to make something happen here. It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Frank, this is the third shot from the fairway bunker.
Yeah, good lie. And once again, just making sure you have enough loft to carry the lip in front of you. And really then focus about the target in front.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Digs into the bunker, getting set to play the third shot.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
What a beautiful roll right there. Dead center. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Oh yeah, he's made it for a birdie. Getting set now for the back nine here at TPC Sawgrass. Frank, what should we expect?
Well, there's a good run of holes. 10, obviously very birdieable. 11th, the par 5. 12th, a short par 4. A good chance to get this round really going. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. How tough is this going to be now from the rough, Frank?
Oh, it's tough to say, Rich. I mean, so much is going to depend on that lie. I'm going to need a little bit of luck.
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
Every once in a while you're reminded this is a pretty hard game.
That was evidence.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Early part of this second nine, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means.
This looks like it's going to find the target.
Ian Poulter will make birdie if he can hold this. Ooh, so close. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
That's a bogey. Clean this up with a tap. Has it. Let's go to the 11th. Now, it's a par 5 and a fun hole, Frank. You can make anything from 3 to 7 here.
And that's why, as the start of the back nine, especially on a Sunday, this becomes such a pivotal hole to start a run. Big body of sand down the left side that sometimes the longer hitters can get close to with the tee shot, but really it's the second shot. If you can reach this par 5 and 2, it's a very narrow green. The layup, well, it's actually an awkward layup, Rich, because you've got to push that ball to the left side, almost like a zigzag approach.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That was just a gutsy shot right there, and a good look at eagle coming up. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it was well on the cards.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That was not a very good read right there. Getting set now over the putt.
continues to putt beautifully. Up now, hole number 12. It's a short one, 358 yard, par 4.
This can catch you off guard. If you just try and hit the ball on the fairway, if you're on the middle of the fairway or the left side, you will have a blind second shot. So ideally, hit it down that right side of the fairway if you want to see the flag. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Might want to check the GPS on a putt this long. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Just 5 feet left. Count that. That's a birdie. One of the great things about this golf course, Frank, a variety of par 3s, different yardages. Here at the 13th, 181-yard par 3.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful on the tee there. Anything left's just going to be eaten up by that lake. Matter of fact, if you hit one with a little bit of a hook and it catches the mound, it can still kick into the lake. So this one here, just be a little cautious on the tee.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
This one looks right on point. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Settles in over the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. Trying to get out of here with just one dropped shot. This is for bogey. He's made it. Nudge this one home. Finish it up. Did the job right there. Now one of the most demanding holes on this golf course, the 14th, 481-yard par 4.
If you ever want a litmus test at TPC Sawgrass on who's playing well, check the tee shots on 14. If you stripe it down here, you know you're driving the ball well. Too often we see people messing with the mounds on the right.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. Frank, there's a lot to factor in on this approach at the 14th.
You can favor right side of this green and sort of allow the contours of the green just to move that ball to the left.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. This would be a nice birdie for Ian Poulter.
It's a cruel game.
8-foot putt here. So close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Locked in on the read and the speed. And that's in for a par. Now to the 15th, and Frank, I know this is a hole that you really like.
Yeah, it gets no respect in my book, which I think is a shame. Just a nice dogleg to the right. And really two good shots and a 3 here, which is actually a rarity. It sets you up for those closing 3 holes. Too often people just take 15 lightly. And 15 has just a gentle nibble that turns into a bite.
Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
The second shot. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
This is a par attempt for Ian Poulter. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
So a tester from 4 feet. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
You licking your chops here, Frank, as a player, when you get to this tee box?
Well, it's an opportunity. A 4 here certainly makes the mood better when you walk to 17 and then 18. So a 4 here is more than just making a birdie on a par 5.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
So in the first cut here, it could be worse. Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
No, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Oh, Rich, that was a huge putt. You don't expect to make them from that distance.
Now to maybe the most famous hole in the whole sport. It's the 17th here at the stadium course, the TPC Sawgrass. Frank, if you look at it on the card, it seems so simple. It's just 137 yards. For the best in the world, that's a pitching wedge, maybe a 9-iron. And yet, every year, we see nightmares galore.
And that's where you have to remind yourself what can and what does happen here. I normally cut the green in half here. It's 26 yards deep. So if you just take 13 yards off the yardage, you have 124 yards to the middle of the green. That has to be your target. This is no time to be a hero. You can still have a putt for birdie.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Oh, dude, that.
It's that sneaky distance.
Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Now he just needs one final good swing here, the approach shot to the last.
That green's starting to look a little smaller than what it did earlier in the day.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
It is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. In for par. Just a couple of feet. That's the idea. Just knock it in. First hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 423-yard par 4. Nice way for players to get started. Frank, not too demanding, but still, it requires that you put the golf ball off the tee in the right place.
That's correct, Rich. There is a little bit of water down the right, but that's only really for the grandmothers in the field. Anybody else, drive it down the left, 3-wood, even a 2-on if you're a longer hitter, and then a good chance to start with an opening birdie.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And Ian Poulter going for the green on his second shot. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Frank, what's the best way to get at this first hole?
Ideally, you want to go with a short iron. Makes it easier to keep the ball on the right level.
Ian for birdie. Wow, what a putt. That is huge.
Great start.
A nice scoring opportunity here. 532-yard par 5 second hole, Frank. Considered one of the easier holes on the golf course. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you can just cut this in half. 532 yards divided by 2. Really, it's 2 tee shots over 260 yards. For these guys, nothing more than a 3 or 4 wood. And that's why all you need off the tee is just a 3 wood with a little draw.
You disappointed if you don't make 4 here?
Not disappointed, but obviously you lose at least half a shot on the field. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot.
This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
180 yards to the flagstick. Frank, this one's headed way right.
And rough trees, all sorts of problems on that right side. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You got 5 minutes to find it.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Frank not where he wants to be, but not out of the hole here at the par 5.
No, but Rich, to drop a shot here would really set him backwards.
Playing his third here at the par 5.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
And he has it for birdie. And that does it for us here at TPC Sawgrass. Great.